Let's make one thing clear. There is no such thing as sign pro quick, sign pro easy, but there is a smarter way. There is a better way. There is such thing as signing as a pro smarter and faster. But the problem is many players are rowing in the wrong boat for too long. They're continuing to go upstream instead of finding a better way. The laziest way isn't about skipping the grind. It's about cutting the wasted time doing the wrong things, doing the wrong type of grind. So in this video, I'm gonna tell you the laziest way to sign a pro contract in 2025, built around my customized 3-pillar system called the Pro Player Launchpad. I promise you, if you stick to this, you'll stop guessing, you'll stop being overwhelmed, and you'll start getting results. I'll compare every common path that players try. And then what I'll do is I'll use 5 key measuring points to see if it's worth your time. And those 5 things that we will measure this on are cost, risk, opportunities, proof, and difficulty. When you finish this video, you will leave with a practical, step-by-step plan that you can take and try right away this week to prove that it works. For those of you who do not know me, my name's Eric Friedlander. I'm a former professional player, former professional general manager of a first division club in Europe, and now I'm a FIFA licensed agent working with DJM Sports Management, and we have a portfolio of over $3.3 million of players. You can check that for yourself on Transfermarkt. But what we do and specialize at RicFit is we help overlooked players. The guys who, in the agency business, we don't truly care about, and that's the truth. But at RicFit, we care about them. And we guide them on their path from the amateur and the lowest of levels to getting them to the pro level. As long as they put in the work, trust the process, and trust the system. And if all that sounds good already, and you trust me already, because you should, because we've done it for over a dozen players within the last year, all you gotta do is click the link below, fill out a brief application form. You get on a free 15-minute call with myself and my team, and we'll determine if you're the right fit to work with us. So what you've probably done already is you've probably flown to multiple open trials, paid for your own hotel, and spent thousands of dollars. You've probably tried to reach out to agents, to scouts, to coaches. You haven't heard back. And if you do hear back, they say, oh yeah, I'll get back to you. And you don't hear from them for weeks. They don't actually get you any opportunity. So as I said at the beginning, we compare opportunities with the 5-step framework. The first thing we look at is cost. Money, time, travel. How much time do you have to take off of work? The second thing is opportunities. How many reps, trials, and opportunities do you actually get? Number 3, proof. Highlight video, match footage, scouting report. Number 4, risk. Do you have a chance of wasting many, many months and lots of cash? And number 5, most importantly, difficulty. How hard is it actually to break in without the right system? So after being in the industry for over 24 years, we've combined the 5 paths that players go on to get to the pro level. Number 1, most players choose the open trials because they see that a club is looking for players. They're offering an open trial, an open showcase. But the truth is, after being in management myself, I realized that's usually just a revenue source. Yes, 1 out of 500 players, 1 out of 1,000 players may get that pro trial. They may get that invite to preseason, but most of them never succeed after the open trial. And that's just the sad truth. Number 2 is international academies. And the truth is, these really, really bother me. And the truth is, I actually got wrapped up in one myself my first year overseas. I went to an international academy and I saw how terrible it was. And now, 12 years looking back, I would have said to myself, I would have never done it. Because basically what they promise you is they promise you this glorified professional life, but it's nothing. It's so far from the truth. And the only reason we see most parents send their players to international academies, or the reason players do it, is because it looks sexy on Instagram. You can tell your friends, you can tell your family members that you're living the pro life overseas. But the truth is, you're nowhere near it because you're training far away from any local clubs. You're looked at as a foreign player. When you're sent in from an international academy to a local club, they already know you're coming from an international academy and they think you're an absolute joke. So you need to stop going to these and you need to live the actual professional life, because the truth is, you're not gonna be tucked in to bed every single night. You're not gonna be read a bedtime story. You're not gonna be cooked breakfast. What you're going to be doing if you actually wanna play professionally is you're gonna be sleeping on a cold floor, eating ramen. And if you're not willing to do that, now's the time to quit because it's not for you. If you want this glorified life, go to the International Academy and don't try to go from underdog to pro. Number 3, big country trials. You're trying to go to the best countries in the world that are known for football. The UK, Spain, Italy, Portugal. But the truth is, these nations are filled with domestic talent. If you, as an underdog, go to a big country like that, how do you ever expect to get results? I was on the podcast the other day with my buddy Jake Keegan, who started out in the 6th tier in Germany and saw no pathway up. But by building the right connections, he went to the 2nd tier in Ireland and then signed his first pro deal in the 2nd tier in Ireland, performed well, and then he moved himself up. And he said to me till this day, I wish I did that earlier, because he chose the wrong path. The right path are the small countries, the underlooked leagues. And that brings me to the 4th path, small market countries. These are markets where we look at as blue oceans, right? We have red oceans, the Spain, the Germany, the UK, with tons of domestic talent. Then we have the smaller countries that are blue oceans, where you can go and you could show your ability, especially as a North American. You could show your athleticism in these small leagues because that's what they appreciate, especially in Eastern Europe, Latvia, Lithuania, Estonia, Poland, Slovakia, Slovenia. They appreciate those players. But the truth is, the only way you're getting in there is with the right representative, with the right representation, with the right person. And the 5th path is the systemized path, where you're thinking and acting like a strategist. And the way I would recommend that approach is you structure it in that 3-pillar system. Number 1, you're training like a pro, day in and day out. You have a personalized gym plan according to you and your strengths after analyzing your own video. You find out what you're good at, you find out what you're bad at, and then you structure your individualized plan based on that. Then what you're doing is you're eating the right foods. You have your own personalized nutrition plan to hit your goals, to make sure you're the best player on match day. Pillar number 2, what you're doing there is you're finding the remote job that fits you, that fits your schedule. So you're not stuck in a 9-to-5. You're not sitting in a cubicle under fluorescent lights surrounded by toxic minds, but rather you're surrounded by a community who has the same goals as you, who's as ambitious as you, and who's gonna push you to become a better person and a better player. And pillar number 3, you are finding an exact club by thinking once again like a strategist. You are finding a club that wants a player in your position who actually accepts your visa and working with a coach that's actually gonna give you a chance to get to the next level. Because the truth is, the only way you're an asset to a club is if you're leading on and off the pitch and you're helping them get 3 points on the weekend. This isn't some rec league anymore. This is pro football. You need to show you're valuable, and if you don't show you're valuable, you're either gonna get eaten or you're gonna get kicked out the door. So you need to choose what you wanna do. And just to show you this 3-pillar system works, let's talk about Dan Lusagel.
I signed my first professional contract in Armenia, and I want to thank Rick for just providing me the opportunity to go to a foreign country in an actual trial and just answering any questions that I had at the time.
Dan was a guy who was playing at a community college 5 months ago. 5 months later, following this exact system, he signed his first pro deal in Armenia. And at the same time, this guy took risk. His parents kicked him out of the house. He was willing to get kicked out of the house to chase his pro dream. And that's what you need to be willing to do. You need to be willing to go against the ordinary, to go against the grain, because you're not coming. And that's why you're watching this video. And you may be saying a couple things, right? You may tell me, I don't have the money. I've tried many other programs. I've been burned before. But we have exact ways to deal with your concerns. In terms of not having the money, that's exactly why I developed Pillar 2. Because without Pillar 2, you're gonna hang up the boots and you're gonna quit too soon. But with Pillar 2, you're gonna remain on the pitch. And the only way for you to succeed in this journey is to stay on the pitch. Football is an endurance sport on and off the pitch. And with that remote job, you have that added endurance. And I get that you're telling me you don't trust programs and you've been burned before. We've seen so many of those people, right? There are so many people in this football world. You got a lot of good and a lot of bad. But all you gotta do is check out our success stories, check our case studies. I've done it myself. And we also have our 6-month guarantee. If you don't get a trial within 6 months, as long as you follow everything we give you to a T, we keep working with you until you do. No other program out there does it. So now you're at the end of the video. You got 2 options. What you can do is you can take everything that I've just given you and you can try it and do it yourself. The problem is it may take you 2, 3, 4, 5 years. You may never get there. The other option is generally the smarter path. You can work directly with me one-on-one. You can work with my team directly because we got 4 coaches supporting you at all times, answering you within 24 hours and giving you the right tips, going from everything that you want, the networking approach, the remote job approach, holistic lifestyle routines, rituals, habits of top performers, our strength and conditioning coach, everything you need in one. And all you need to do to work with us to get inside this 3-pillar system, to get your own personalized approach to sign your first pro deal, is click the link below, fill out the entire form with as much detail and depth as possible, and you'll get on a call with my team to see if you're the right fit. And trust me, it doesn't cost you anything to get on. It's for free, and we'll see if you're the right fit or not, because we only work with players who are dedicated. We'll see you there.